Malaysia, you will notice that even the escalator is very slow, very slow.
And I realized for Malays, specifically, they are less I don't know, they feel like they are more relaxed compared to Chinese
We
from
need
my
to censor
experience.
this out, yeah.
Okay, welcome back to episode 28 of the Backholder Pod. So as always, remember to smash the cute little like button to give us motivation to continue going on. So I think in this specific video or this specific episode, we just want to talk something closer to home. So specifically about Singapore. So recently, I think there was this survey or there was this study that essentially said that Singapore is actually the happiest country in Asia. So before we even start talking about anything else about maybe other countries and even some of the hot button issues in Singapore, just wanted to quickly go around the table and ask. So Kelvin, are you happy?
Wow, what a question.
Yes.
I think 6 upon 10.
6 upon 10. So
Yeah.
what about Bunti and Eric?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Happy man, always.
Eric?
Yeah, I'm also very happy. Like, nothing much to be unhappy about.
Okay, so do you accept the qualification that do you think Singapore is the happiest country in Asia?
I don't know, like how did they measure?
Oh, this one I can explain. So they're measured by GDP per capita, means how wealthy
Wow.
the country is. Then the social support means if you are not doing well, are there any government support going on? Then healthy life expectancy, I think Singapore about 80 to 85 years old. So okay not too bad. Everyone can live a long life if you're not speeding on the road too much. Then freedom to make life choices. I think other than CPF money, the 20%, the rest you have a lot of freedom. Okay, even the CPF, you also able to use it for your housing and investment. Okay, most of it. Anyway. Then generosity, I think this one should be okay. Singapore quite wealthy, they are quite generous. Perceptions of corruption, Singapore should be quite okay also. There's not much corruption going on. And dystopia. This one, I think okay, Singapore is quite not as much dystopia as other countries, I would feel. So with these 7 criteria, that's how Singapore ranked as the happiest country in Asia.
But
I
Bunti, carry on.
I disagree with the calculations. I think those are good points. It's just that I think those pointers, right, is enough to make you not feel unhappy, but it's not enough to make you happy. You know, it's like put you in a position that no complaint, but will you make that happy?
Then on that note, right, Bunti, why are you happy? Like, what's the main motivation factor that makes you happy?
Yeah,
I think include into the index.
I'll just say 2 things, right? One is career, work, and then good environment, good colleagues, and then like family, good. I think those are the satisfied now. I won't say that it's like happy every day, just smiling, happy. Not like that. It's just that like okay, nothing to complain, and then feel satisfied now. Yeah, feel adding value.
On that note, right, I think one issue is I don't understand. Was there a particular factor called stress level? Do they measure that specific thing?
No. So that one I went to check. Singaporean stress level, right? The global average stress level is about 86%. It was in another study 1 to 2 years ago. Singaporean stress level is like above average. They're like 94% stress level. So naturally, when all the people in the like forums saw that happiest country report, right, all of them were like, "What the? I don't feel happy at all." So it sort of doesn't reflect what's happening in Singapore right now.
What about Eric though? Eric, do you have any other pointers you think should be added into the index to kind of measure happiness?
Maybe I share with you all that there's this quote, right? I'm trying to find it now. I posted it on my Facebook before. It's by this Japanese guy. He said that happiness, right, is not like some sort of achievement of like any financial status or any position of power or whatnot lah. He said it's absence of things, absence of sickness, absence of worries. Like it's more like absence of the thing that will cripple you very, very badly. Like I think for most of us, we don't think about health, right? But most of the days I'm actually quite grateful that I wake up every day. I'm actually generally healthy. I don't have like all those debilitating sickness and all that. So I'm pretty thankful for that. Also thankful that I have a place to stay. My rent is not going up like crazy amount. And then of course the food is more expensive now. The cai peng is like almost double liao. But at least I still have cai peng, right? Like, so it's not too bad. So I think about it like, okay lah, I have work to do. Then the country is quite stable, you know. My hiam, I think be pai lah. I mean, if you look at the whole world, yeah, we're not too bad.
Eric, you can say this because first thing, you are not renting a home. So
Yeah.
you're not affected by that. Then the
Yeah lor,
second
yeah
thing
lor.
is you're not buying a house now.
I
So
want to.
then a lot of people are unhappy at the government because they say that the government let this whole HDB price increase happen in the first place. Then the next thing is that they say their salary is not increasing as fast. So this is also something that you are not experiencing now.
No.
What else? So all these are career, career, rents and home. So a lot of people in the forums are unhappy because of that, which you're not experiencing now. That's why I think you are happier than most Singaporeans because you are in a well-to-do place compared to them.
Maybe because I don't go to the forums.
Oh, damn, shots fired.
Oh no.
Oops. You better
The-
don't trigger them. Later we
the-
start
the-
having to threat again.
Later they're gonna flame me again. Inbreeds.
Yeah. But I think generally I can understand. I mean there are two very distinct camps, right? There are people that there's a, I mean, I'm not gonna say that Singapore is a stress-free place. Like, come on, we all know that it's a very stressful place, and it's a place for a lot of like, but it kind of generated a lot of high-performing individuals, and that's why we are probably one of the highest GDP per capita. But I think to circle back, right, it's honestly just a kind of mindset, right? Because happiness, like, it's a feeling that's fleeting. So you have this basic level, and then sometimes you feel happy because of certain emotions and certain events that happen, and then you go down because maybe you lost something, you were dejected, expectations didn't meet reality and stuff. So it feels like this constant pursuit of trying to hit higher highs because at first maybe you earn $10, you're very happy, then you need 20, then 30, 50. This whole thing won't end. So I honestly, I'm at a point in time where I also honestly don't even know how I feel. That's my perspective. Whether I'm happy or not, we'll see how it goes. How the HDB prices comes to me when I'm ready. But I think to really talk about it, to circle back, because happiness is relative. So when you compare it now, so I think in Buddhist like background, you know that now France, I think in I don't know, is it in Paris or wherever, they're currently having a protest. It's around the pension scheme reform where they want to lift the retirement age from 62 to 64. And then people essentially just go onto the roads and start calling for President Emmanuel Macron to basically wake up his idea and to delay it. So then when you compare it also to relatively to even whatever that's happening in Ukraine and in Russia as well, people are fighting war, you suddenly think that, hey, actually my position is not that bad, like compared to them. So then that's why I say it's relative in nature. So just look at it, look at things more in different perspectives rather than just, oh, my life is so hard because I'm so stressful. I think that's just one of the thousands of perspectives out there. Then
I got a question to ask.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you want to continue?
No, you can.
So Bunti, you have worked in like Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore, right? Which country are you happiest in? Actually,
I'll say I'm happy or not happy, not really because of the environment. I think from the start, I myself feel happy one. Even I can like analytically compare these three different places. For example, like just one big difference is the pace. If you go to Malaysia, you will notice that even the escalator is very slow, very slow. Then you go to like those rural places, right? It's like You feel there's nothing happening.
No, even an
Quiet.
escalator.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about KL because KL is almost like Singapore, right? So I won't compare that. But just go to even like Ipoh or like East Coast and so on, right? It will be very quiet. But if you think that Singapore is very fast in terms of the pace, right? You have to go to Hong Kong, then you will know that it's like totally different pace, It's like super fast. But if you live there long enough, you will just adapt to the environment. I think I don't know, this one I haven't shared before. Right? I can speak Cantonese, but my Cantonese is quite bad one because from young I speak Mandarin at home. But in Hong Kong, I lived long enough that I started to everyday speak Cantonese until during my sleep, right, I suddenly can speak Cantonese. So when that happened, right, it's like really become local already. Even though within short period of time right, that I stay there. Yeah. But to round it back is that yeah, all these three places are different. There are good and bad for each places. It's just that I think it doesn't decide whether you're happy or not. It still come back to yourself. Yeah.
One thing I realized why Malaysians are sort of happier, right, is because they put themselves less pressure on themselves. So and I realized for Malays specifically, they are less I don't know, they feel like they are more relaxed compared to Chinese
We
from
need
my
to censor
experience.
this out, yeah.
No, this is actually a real thing I realized. So for example, downstairs my downstairs the coffee shop. When I go to the coffee shop, the people who sell chai fan are all Chinese. They are very like want to earn money, that kind. Then when to go to the Malaysia, right? They are like, oh, today we are not selling food there. Then they only open half day. Then they don't open on the weekends. It seems like they are earning money just for barely enough to survive. It's not to earn and get rich, that kind. So I think the culture between like Chinese and Malay, especially you can see this in Malaysia very clearly. It's like the Chinese want to like work very hard. Then on the Malays, their culture is like, oh, relax lah, aiya, why so kencang? The kind of feeling. So I think it feels like Malays are generally more happier than Chinese. That's what I observed.
So then circles back to the fundamental point where you refer where putting pressure, right? Which is also why, like, in terms of stress level wise, it might be one of the more effective indicator to kind of see whether somebody is like happy or not happy.
Hey guys, do you know what's a good broker to buy stocks?
Oh, I know, you can use Moomoo.
Why?
Moomoo got low commission, so you save a lot on trading fees.
Not only that, they also let you easily keep track of the company's news and announcements.
Oh yeah, they also let you easily analyze companies from both the technicals and fundamentals to help you make better decisions when investing in company.
Wow, so good. But they got give sign up rewards or not? Or any sign up gifts or not?
Got. For the first reward, when you deposit $100, you get $2 cashback daily for 10 days.
And for the second reward, deposit 2K and perform 2 buy trades to get a free Coca-Cola stock worth $80.
And the ultimate reward, deposit 10K and perform 7 buy trades to get a $108 cash coupon.
Wow, so good. So if you're interested, you can always sign up with the link below. And as always, thank you, Moomoo, for sponsoring this video.
Rent, I think, has been one of the recurring factor, right, that we've talked about. I think even Eric and Kelvin were sparring on it just now. So then there is this very interesting talk, or this very interesting headline that recently said, I think, one of the Geylang Serai Bazaar. So for those of you who don't know, Geylang Serai is at, I think, Paya Lebar there. Then they had this night market. It's essentially a very expensive atas night market. And I think rent actually went as high as like, I don't know, $18,000. I think that was the headline number, right? 16 or 18K. So here comes the issue is like the standard of living or even affordability of living in Singapore like too high. Because I think even if you go to that kind of places, I mean, people kind of hang out maybe after work as a way of, I don't know, enjoying life or just hanging out with friends. And then things are probably going to be, costs are going to be passed down to consumers. If not, I don't know how they're gonna cover their costs, right? So from that perspective, the easiest way is to not go. Like from your perspective as a retail customer, just okay, don't go lah. Like don't support all these people and just let whether it's expensive or not, it's not my business, ma. But does it really kind of allow you to lead a more holistic life? I don't know. So I think that's just an open topic where I don't know whether Eric, do you have any comments on this idea of a very expensive rent and the entire rental market in Singapore?
I'm a weird person to ask because my rent, I mean, like, yeah, my rent is okay lah. Like the place that I rent for my tuition center is
Did it hike recently?
no leh, because I think just before the rent went crazy, right? I signed a new rental agreement for 2 years.
Right. Okay. Means you
So
got foresight.
no leh, I just heng sign sign earlier. And then when the whole thing start to go crazy, right? Then I'm like, oh, okay, I still have 1.5 years. Yeah. So hopefully you've blown over by then. If not, I probably have to teach online.
What about Bunti? This whole saga.
I haven't really following this part a lot for like all these rent things because I don't have to rent. So that's why it just like take it out from my mind. So I know the price has been going up a lot, but I think that's why even if you don't really buy into, like real estate ownership or house ownership, right, I think at least you need to buy one for your own stay and don't treat it as an investment. So if you do that, then you can, like take this out from your something that you have to, care about.
Right. I think one of the bigger concern that time about this whole rent thing and this landlord issue is I think there was this very interesting article. Like the title of the article is also interesting. It says that the landlord system is morally unethical and it contributes nothing to society. So before anybody provides comment, I think I just want to pass it down over to Kelvin. Kelvin, do you have a very strong opinion on this? Or let's just share your opinion with the viewers.
For me, I'm very neutral. So I went to Facebook to post this question. Are landlords greedy or do they have good business sense? The result is 50-50. Half of the people think that landlords are greedy. The other half think that landlords are good investors. So I think it's a bit of both. The whole reason we are investing in stocks is because we want to get rich. But it also means that we are in a way greedy, right? We want more than just 10% returns. We want 100% in Tesla. We want 1,000% in Alibaba. That's the whole reason we are not investing in the S&P 500 because, to put it simply, we are greedy for more money. But for rents, I think, of course, it affects other people, right? It feels like they are losers on the other end. The losers are the renters. But the renters, you can't do anything much, just run because right now it's the landlord's market right now. They have to say in everything. There's nothing much you can do other than complain that landlords are greedy. I feel that landlords have a role to play because if they are not buying the asset to rent it out, the asset, where are you going to get the house from anyway? From the government? The government is going to give you those one-room HDB and you go in 5 to 10 people in a house, that kind already. Those kind of called rental HDBs it exists. So either way, you're going to get your house from somewhere. Yeah.
So I wanted to expound a little bit more about the second part of the discussion, which is the contribute to society part. I wanted to hear from Bunti. Like, do you think landlords don't contribute anything to society? Like, are they just here to suck money from people?
To answer this question, I need to go back to the previous questions also. Like, are they unethical or ethical? I don't see it that way. To me, it's like landlord, right? What they have is like assets. It's not so different compared to, let's say, you and me. We have time, we have knowledge, and then we can work for someone else. And our time and energy worth something, right? So we will sell to different companies, see which company want to hire us at a higher salary, right? So it's kind of like efficient market where if that thing that you have is valuable, then you should charge a higher price. So as long as there's tenant willing to pay the price to rent from your place, you should charge as high as possible. And if that higher rental push up the higher house price, then it makes more incentive for developer to build more. I think that's a good thing, right? So just let the market work out its magic.
Actually, for this, I think it depends on situation also. Like if you are so there's here are two things, right? One was the Geylang Serai rental, which was renting out for 18K. Then the other is you rent out your HDB that you are trying to earn some passive income, maybe for your own retirement or something lah. So I think it's a different case lah. So for Geylang Serai, they are trying to hop it big the landlords. For this HDB thing, some are trying to profit, some are just trying to survive on their rental income lah. So it depends on the situation lah. But in the end, it's always the market who is a free market thing ma. If you go and charge so much, that's why the Geylang Serai thing, they had over like 200 stores empty when the news came out lah. So, and the food there is actually not that good either. I went there quite a while ago. It was basically overpriced, not tasty food lah. And it was crowded also. Yeah.
I think the whole part there is for the Instagram. It's for people to post to other people. It's a vanity thing, not really to go there and enjoy the food. But I think last point on Eric's part. Do you have any opinion on this, whether it's morally ethical?
I think looking around, we are seeing people who are a bit opportunistic. Like recently, I noticed like some of the older coffee shops around my place, they start to have like very quick renovation. Usually renovation will take a couple of months, right? Then you start to see those coffee shops, they close for like a couple of weeks. And then they have a quick makeover. And then when the store come back, right, new signboard, new prices. So you kind of know that, yeah, once they close shop for a couple of weeks, just to spruce it up a bit, suddenly your wonton mee up by 150. So I think there are people that are a bit more opportunistic. But this is the market, like what Bunti say. Like if you don't want to eat at that coffee shop, like for me, right, I stay in Tampines, right? I die will not go to the 201 that coffee shop.
Hey, I like the coffee shop.
Yeah, that because that area, the coffee shop, right, there's a couple of them that transacted for like very high amounts. Like but recently I got forced there by my parents. So like because I was eating breakfast with them, bringing them for breakfast. Then my dad said, hey, let's go over to that coffee shop. Very long never go. Then I said, yeah, okay lah. I'm pretty sure it's very expensive. So I just console myself, go there, maybe you got good food, right? So I go there, I order the Cai Tao Kueh, right? It has no taste one. I don't know. So sorry. It has no taste at all. I shall not tell you which store is it. But it's one of the coffee shop there lah. Like, wow, very bad. And it charged how much? $4. It's double the price of like, you know, the carrot cake in Round Market. Round Market got a $2 carrot cake, right? This guy charged $4 and no taste one. So I'm like, okay, you want to make money? Okay, it's okay. You provide a better environment. Your food tastes good, like a bit larger portion. I okay to pay a bit more, but the food you 不好吃, and then it's double the price of others, then that to me that doesn't really make sense. So I don't support this kind of so I will avoid that area, the coffee shop, because I think that 又不好吃 then 又要 charge 这么贵, then it's like but I know why they charge expensive because their rental is crazy. So I don't know, like everyone have their difficult life story to tell. So for me, I just eat nearby lah. a bit more cheap.
Right. I think actually, largely speaking, I think the bottom line for many of the discussions is like, I think the value chain, everybody has like, we are all consumers and producers of something. So like what Bunti suggested, we are all producers of our time, our effort, our knowledge. And at the end of the day, we are also consumers of somebody else's time, knowledge, and expertise. So at the end of the day, you are just essentially just trying to contribute value in this entire huge value chain. And that's how you extract value at the same time. So let's just trust capitalism will, the idea of the free market will kind of effectively manage itself in the long run. But of course, in the short run now, because of like COVID and whatever, that's why your BTO prices, your rental prices, everything is kind of skyrocketing. But assuming that the system is functioning properly, we should see some normalization soon. I mean, fingers crossed. So hope you guys enjoyed the discussion, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.